You're such an asshole.
Good morning, children. Yeah, 10 a.m. morning. Cappy, did you just wake up and you're going to piss everybody off that says, yeah, man, you just woke up and you're in your pajamas? Yep, still in my pajamas. Yep, got my Moss for my T-Crowd shirt on. It's got a hole in it. Where's the hole? There's the hole. Now it's time to do work and then go to the coffee store to upload the videos because my internet is ass here. Jack writes, Aaron, I'm putting my original question on hold for now. I actually have a better one that'll help myself and hopefully some younger guys. I'd actually prefer a video from you on Flirting 101. That's it. This is for guys in high school, which is different than not high school, who are just starting out with girls and want to know the do's and don'ts and the red flags. What are your thoughts? I think it's a good idea for a video. Shoot over a price quote for that. All right. So then I actually, the more I thought about it, which is why I didn't get back to you immediately, I thought, oh yeah, and there's a subtlety, there's a finesse, then there are some lines that you might cross when flirting. And so I took some notes, and they're ever so rough notes, but I'll hit some main points here. Whether or not you're in high school, let's acknowledge and realize what the capabilities of flirting is. All right? Flirting can get a girl interested in you, but what you are thinking, where you're like, hey, witty witticism and witty Whittaker, haha, zing, now will you suck my penis? That doesn't work. And the reason why is that for everybody, the girl has to be interested in you first. So what I would argue when it comes to flirting is that the Tao of Steve is more important. Getting the girl interested in you is more important. And there are essentially two ways to do it, which are not mutually exclusive. You should be doing them both. One is you need to be a physically attractive man, period. All this game talk and all the PUAs and all the videos in all the world on how to get that's all fun. I'm not saying there isn't any credibility or value to those things. Or you could go read Rush's book, Game. There's bang, they're out there. Plenty of information out there. All that, if you follow it, will be, I'd say, at least an 85% waste of your time unless you are physically attractive. Right, you guys don't like fat chick. Fat chick can have the greatest personality in the world. And in the olden days they did. Now they're kind of, you're physically revolting and personally revolting because you got attitude now. It's the same thing with men. A girl's going to be attracted to you when you are physically attractive. So let's start there. Everybody go hit the gym. That's what old Captain's going to do later. You got to diet. You got to eat right. And for the most part, if you stay in physical enough shape, you'll be an attractive person. Very few people are physically ugly. Like their faces are ugly. So that's the first thing. You might as well not even bother flirting if you're Mr. Fat Nice Guy. Okay? You're Mr. Noodle Arms Soy Boy. Don't even bother. The girls just aren't interested in you. They have every right to be physically attracted to the man. So that's the first step. Make sure you're physically attractive. The second thing, whereas being physically attractive will help, it's not going to seal the deal. The girl may not like you. I think guys are a little bit more, to use the word appropriately, shallow. It's like, if she's good looking, I'll bang her. You know, that we don't care about personality when you're young. But girls want a little bit more than that. They want to also like you on top of it. They don't have to be madly in love, but they want to like you at the first. So physical attraction is only one step. And then actually being attracted to you is the next step. That's with a Tao of Steve. T-A-O of Steve. Steve referencing Steve McQueen. It is a movie that you should rent, but the principle I shall summarize here because it's very simple. To get a girl to actually be attracted to you, not just physically, you gotta be physically attractive, you follow the Tao of Steve. First is you excel in front of her. Excel at what? Anything. Anything. In my personal example, it would be ballroom dancing. It was the very common thing where I was a ballroom dance instructor, and in front of many women, I would display a mastery of a skill. It doesn't have to be an awesome skill. It could be carpentry. It could be mechanics. It could be you're good with kids. Although kids, women just, their heart falls apart. That's like excelling with steroids. And how hard is it to be great with kids? Hey, here's some sugar and money and fun, and let's, let's do what you want to do. Yeah, let's kick that ball. No rules. Let's just kick that ball. Okay, now you're off to something else. Because kids are that way. You have to display in front of them your excellence. In a way, in high school, you might do is, let's say you're very good at drawing. You're a very good artist. Well, then you're drawing there in your notebook or something like that. You could even display excellence, like if your teacher is some English teacher putz, which is being redundant, and the teacher's kind of being a pain in the ass. You just say, lady, shut up, you're jobbing. I mean, you'll shock people. You'll get some, that's not rude, but that's going to get the tingles going on more than just being the obedient little, I have my dangling participle and not the fun one. Wrong on my sentence structure here. But you must display some kind of excellence. Athleticism would be common in high school. But so you need to be physically attractive, and then you must display. The next step after displaying excellence is, what the hell was it? Retreat? Hang on, the Tao of Steve. Let me look this up. I'm sorry, I used to know this. I used to be a hound dog hunting down babes. Now I'm retired. Tao of Steve. Tao of Steve. Plot. Now let's look up the rules. Tao of Steve rules. Excel in front of them. Oh, it's 3. Boils down 3 rules. Okay, here we go. 3 rules. Okay. Oh, that's the first one. There you go. I'm sorry. I got to hit. Okay. First one, eliminate your desire. Okay, that's the first one. Yeah, women can smell desperation. It's like a Zen koan. You have a better chance of getting laid if you don't try. Yeah. All right. So first, you eliminate all desire. And for high school boys, that's pretty hard because you just say girls, 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 and you only care what they physically look like. I cannot emphasize the amount of value that could be conferred upon a young man in high school, where if you didn't let your small brain, small head make all the decisions, how much pain and agony you would save. If you could, they live or they're here where Rowdy Roddy Piper puts on the glasses and he sees all the aliens, If you could put on those glasses and see the inner soul of most of these pretty girls, you'd be like, whoa, whoa. And so don't have one-itis for any one girl. Oh, okay, you prefer Susie over Amy in math class. All right, fine. But take either Susie or Amy. Don't be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Because they know it. They know it immediately. I even see this buddy of mine. He's 42. We're at the bar. And a pretty good-looking gal, about his age. And man, he just, I had to text him. I'm like, dude, she needs you at an 8. You're currently at volume level 13. It just, But they pick up on it. They pick, even consciously or not, they're going to pick up on it. So you got to have no interest. None. Even if you really, really, really like Susie, practice this. Practice ignoring the girl, not giving her any attention. Not like attention, consciously. But don't look at her. Don't walk at her. When you walk, you see a cute girl. Your human mind, male brain, immediately gravitates towards looking and scoping out a girl. Don't. Just practice the art of looking away. Practice the art of looking at your phone. Practice the art of, just completely ignoring the girl. All right? I'm not saying you're not going to get her in the end, but you have to roll your tongue back up and put it back in. That's going to really drive her away. You ignoring a girl is not going to drive them away. They probably don't even notice you, so they're not aware that you're ignoring them or not. So you should eliminate all desire. All right. The second thing is what I said, is you excel in their presence at something, at anything, and this will pique their interest. They will then notice you. Then they'll actually spend the time to look at you physically, like, oh, he's interesting, he's different. And it's true. Anything interesting happens, you tend to look at it, and you tend to think about it. The focus, the attention, the woman's energies is now on you. One of the greatest compliments I ever received was from a dance student of mine. And she was an older woman. Well, I guess I was 20 at the time. Maybe she was in her 50s. She was older than me. And she says, you just come in here on your motorcycle with your backpack and you teach your classes and you know exactly what you're doing. Then you hop on your bike and you ride home. I hope she's doing good now. But I mean, and I didn't really, I was younger at the time as opposed to being older now. I didn't think, me just coming in swashbuckling, teaching my dance, like grab my gear, throwing it in the backpack, hopping on the bike, and taking off like that. That gave some women the VTs, and they won't really know it. They won't tell you. But yes, you excel. You excel. And then the final one, I think it's you leave here. Retreat. Yes, you retreat. I ride the motorcycle away. Hey, look at me and my awesome big dick. I'm a really cool guy. Oh, gotta go. You take off. Okay? Now, in high school, because you have a regimented schedule, that's not exactly good, because they're going to see it the next day in math class. It's a little bit hard. But since you're done, whether it's at a physical class or online, which is more common, online you can control how much you interact with the girl. Okay? So either you're flirting, you're interacting, you're displaying excellence online. You say, hey, here's my new drawings I made, or here's the motorcycle I fixed, or pictures like that. You brag, you display your excellence. And then if a girl says a comment, oh wow, that's really good, yeah, thanks, done. That conversation doesn't exist anymore. You're done. All right. A girl sends you an email or a Facebook message or a question. Oh, I don't know. Let me get back to you on that. Done. Okay? You leave. And the reason why, if you want to know the reason why, is because you must display limited supply, rarity, that you're not coming back. You're not a for sure deal. There is an urgency that, hey, he may not present himself again. Problem with high school, he's going to be there next Tuesday in the exact same assigned seat in geometry class. So high school is a little more difficult. But I'm saying in general, principles, certainly you can do this online. And so then what will happen in theory, although not always, is the girl will then give you the opportunity to flirt. She will have interest in you. Not even necessarily a romantic interest, but a curiosity, intellectual, like, who is this guy? You come in and what do you do when you go home on your motorcycle? Drink and sleep. I don't know. Go dance some more and find some more girls. I don't really think about the mysterious man. And they should provide you, and this is very key, guys, very key to flirting, they will provide you the opportunity to flirt. What is the opportunity to flirt, Aaron? Anytime they contact you, okay? So you've removed all interest. There's a girl I like, but you know what? The best way to know to remove all interest, there's going to be thousands of other girls you like as well. Don't worry about that one. So you remove all interest. 2, you excel. 3, you retreat. And then the 4th day, ball's in their park. And you should be able to look out on the horizon or in the classroom. Did Amy ask you a question about geometry? Did Susie inquire about how your work went? Or your drawings are? Any new drawings, Bob? And then that's your opportunity. Now you gotta flirt. And I hate to say it, Roosh is correct. Here's where you're the entertaining monkey. You're the clown. That's what flirting is. You are at an embryonic stage, the initial stages of a potential relationship forming. You don't hit her up with asking her on dates. You don't hit her up with being too aggressive. It is a slow burn. Flirting is a slow burn, especially in high school. And the reason why is you don't want to fan the flames too quickly that you extinguish what little flame you have. You have to grow it. And what's great about high school is you're stuck there. You're in prison. You got all the time in the world. You're in no rush with this one. Matter of fact, what you should do is you should look like, if you were a freshman in high school, I'd be planting the seeds where you're not planning on reaping the crop until your sophomore year. Right? That's how long. That's a bit long. I mean, you could probably do it at the end of class or something like that. But you are always planting seeds. Right? You're not in it to, like, get a date next week. But these girls will give you opportunities. And then you flirt. And this is where the actual act of flirting, this is how you flirt. And there's basically 2 rules. One key one is you must be funny. You must be funny. Right? And if you are funny and you tickle their fancies, you will help grow that flame. You'll add more kindling and inevitably wood to the fire. It might be a good little campfire there pretty soon. You're making her giggle. If she rolls her eyes, you're doing good. You lightly poke fun at her. Is that a blue notebook? And this is after you've had a little bit of conversation. A little bit of conversation. You don't lead with this. Is that a blue notebook? I'm like, yeah, it's a blue notebook. And I'm like, not my kind of blue. Just stupid shit like that. Poke a little bit of fun at them. I would postpone making fun of their looks. Cause is that a beret? Nice beret. I'm going to get one too. You got to be very lighthearted, cute, stupid shit. Okay? If you try to use flirting to start interest in a girl and you're ugly, oh, heaven help you if you're ugly. You don't even have to be ugly, but without any kind of demonstration of getting the girl to inquire about you, you run the risk of at best being annoying. Like a cold, like, hey, is that notebook blue? Not kind of blue. She'll look at you like quizzically, not impressed. The worst is then it's harassment or you're creepy. See, that's it. And that's where the difference between a girl finding you flirtatious and funny versus being creepy is whether you are a 4 or an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. All right? George Clooney can never be creepy. He can't. He could do the blue notebook joke and get any girl he wants. Mere mortals like us, anytime you got to have an established rapport beforehand. Otherwise, pretty much every cold approach is going to be creepy, and by tomorrow it will be legalized as harassment, and you will all go to jail. So the importance of laying that foundation, being physically attractive, doing the Tao of Steve, the opportunity presents itself, then you can be funny. So you must be funny. How do I be funny? And it takes time. Watch some romantic comedies from the 50s and the 60s. I know it's stupid, but it takes time. It's just what it's like being a seasoned man. Okay? It's like a seasoned meat or a seasoned scotch. A scotch that is 5 minutes old is not a good scotch. It needs to age. Terribly sorry, boys. But you just need to be funny. All right? And so what you do, the goal of flirting, this is where the slow burn comes in, is that you are not in a rush to flirt. You only say something when it is genuinely funny and appropriate. My buddy at the bar, throwing shit on the wall, throwing shit on the girl, hoping something sticks, trying to be funny, wasn't funny, was completely desperate, drove her away. Right? You always are in perpetual retreat. You are in no rush. Again, you're trying to grow this crop to be reaped a year or 6 months from now. Not that minute. Doesn't matter if you got a boyfriend, especially in high school. Oh, fuck that shit. Right? So you want to take your time and wait for the opportunity to present itself to make a devastatingly clever and funny observation. Or something that's unique and cute. Right? You're only serving grade A stuff on your menu now of flirtation. And so, be it online, which allows it to be a little bit better, but especially in person at high school, you wait. There's no rush. You wait for something to present itself, the environment, her to do something where you make a good joke. Or I won't even say it's necessarily a joke, but something clever and witty. I'd almost say demonstrating intelligence and being clever and smart with a spin of humor would be the perfect sign of that. Even a little hubris and arrogance. If you can get the girl to roll her eyes and kind of hit you like that, oh, stop. You're in good. You're in good. You wish you go, oh. That's the, when girls go, oh, that means I want to bang him now. Then you're golden. Then you know you're doing it right. Or if the girl just hits you like that, then you're doing it good. You're doing it good. But that'll come down the road. Because then she knows she can hit you and put you back in. And you gotta be somewhat mischievous, And once you get to then, you could maybe suggest flirtatious sex things, like, yeah. You don't have to say anything. Then you got him wrapped around your little finger. But that is almost, well, what? You got 40 minutes together in each class? That's going to be at least a month. Assuming the girl even gives you that opportunity to allow you to flirt with her. Okay? So it is a slow burn. It is taking your time. It is only choosing to say something when it is of ultimate benefit and charm and charisma and will get her to like you more, to get her to fancy you, as the old people would say. When it comes to online, and this is what I'm going to point out there, because there's in-class and then there's online, that makes an even easier environment for flirting. Because you can choose your words all the time. You got an email or a text string going on or a Facebook thing. You're in no rush. The more you wait, I cannot emphasize reading the first part of Rush's book, Game, about texting, about how it is an algorithm. It's a formula. Women are very robotic in this. That the more you send, like my buddy, clawing all over the gal, then she immediately loses interest. I'm not going to go into the details, but less is more. Less is better. And you drop those pearls, man. You wait till you got a pearl, then you drop them. If you ain't got something clever to say, you ain't got a witticism to say, you just let it be. You don't respond. Take your time, craft your responses. All the time in the world. You can wait days. What's wrong with it? Yeah. So not only are you providing pearls when it comes to witticism, charm, stimulating the girl intellectually, maybe even sexually, you're also limiting your supply, which basic law of supply and demand, the lower the supply, the higher the value. And especially when it comes to online or internet interactions, women have hundreds, sometimes thousands of men. Oh my God, you're beautiful. I'm not in that world, but I've seen it on different friends and associates like web pages, and I'm like, holy fuck. Holy shit. And these women can't, what's her name? Miss L. LaBelle Bell? Hang on, I don't even know her name. And here's an example. I'm only mentioning Miss L. LaBelle, I think is. I follow very few women on Twitter. And yeah, here, Miss L. LaBelle. And if you go to her Instagram page, you gentlemen and ladies as well, you will not be let down. I consider this a pinnacle of fashion. And she dresses up kind of 1950s styles, which is why I like it. And just a very beautiful woman. Unfortunately, she dyed her hair different colors, as per 20-somethings do. But for every one of those, there's just some amazingly beautiful, the epitome of beautiful. Not, maybe sexy, but not like hot, dude. Just take a look at her. If you go to any comment section, oh my God, you're beautiful, oh my God. Dude, I'm just going to enjoy the pictures, In that sea of fanboys singing her praises, she's not going to see you. She's not going to pick you up. And it's going to be, maybe not to the extent of a professional model like this, but your average high school girl, your average woman who has her average Facebook profile is being inundated. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Is being inundated with attention from other boys and when they get older, men. You being one of the crowd, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, it's true. Oh, pat on the head. Here's your express ticket to friend zone. There you go. First class with yourself a nice little sody pop there, Bucky, and on your way to friend zone land you go. You limit. You don't say basic bitch bullshit. You're not, oh, you're beautiful. Fuck no. No, you never tell a girl she's beautiful. Never. Never. You just don't. Because it's not a compliment. It doesn't mean anything now. It's a zillion times said over. You flirt. You spar. You, I don't know, anything. But you just be clever and funny. Make the girl laugh. That's it. And so when you're online, more and more dating is online nowadays. You're a kid, you're damn internet. It's the perfect environment for flirting because you can choose your words very precisely and very effectively. And so then, that would, in theory, do people date in the real world anymore? Do you guys actually go and physically meet in the real world, or is everything on the internet now? I don't know. But in theory then, you're flirting with the girl in class and making her giggle over her geography notes, or geometry. Or you're online, you're making her giggle, and then the point, it'll come to a point where it's going to be obvious she'll want to go on a date with you. And you ask her out on a date. But that's, I kind of, not to sound arrogant or cocky, but flirting always kind of came natural. I didn't realize the underlying mechanics of it, and it's a little bit more complicated to think. So, like everything, I mean, any kind of investment into girls, first step, are you physically attractive? If you're a fat ass, don't even waste your time. If you're ugly, don't even waste your time. Okay? If you're not hygienic, don't even waste your time. You got the fucking man bun, and you're not one of those truly jacked, ripped guys who work at the Sierra Nevada Club every once in a while. You see that? It's not worth your time. Okay? So you need to be physically attractive, all right? Then the other thing, what was it? Oh, you need to make her laugh. You need to get her interested, okay? So physically attractive, Tao of Steve, make her interested. Then you can open up with flirtation, okay? But those two things, being physically attractive and making her interested, those come first. Otherwise, you're flirting. It can, I mean, if it's very clever and witty, then maybe you could start opening up a little bit like that. You can have that lead to a date or a relationship later. But you run the risk of being creepy and harassment. And that's the paradox that you face when you get older. If you go to bars, if people even still go to bars, there's no chance to display excellence there. That's where it's all of a sudden you gotta. It's just you're running up against the beaches of Normandy and getting gunned down by machine guns, right? Which is why you don't even waste your time going to bars. It's not worth it. But that's how you flirt. That's how you flirt. There's a lot of preparation to start flirting. And that's it. So, all right, questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Links to all the cool shit I do down below. Explore those things like the podcast, the books, and all that other shit. Cappy's got more work to do. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.